obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Earth Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married three-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. Oh, wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlin Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex. Ready to rumble. Ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
There's your first look inside the Starion Ice Complex in Mandan, North Dakota, as we get set for WDA boys hockey tonight as the Legacy Sabres come to town to take on the Mandan Braves on the Braves home ice. Hi again, hockey fans, alongside, I'm going to say long time Bobcats head coach Layne Sedevie. Is that appropriate, Layne?
Yeah.
Long time, 13 years?
13 years. It's been a long, I don't know where time goes, to be honest with you. So it's, it's definitely been a long time, that's for sure.
Alongside Layne Sedevie, Todd Domres welcoming you to our PSP Network broadcast booth. As you can see on your screen, the Legacy Sabres 2-0-1 on the season. They started the campaign with a 2-2 tie to Fargo North. They lost the shootout. And since then, they've picked up back-to-back W's over West Fargo and most recently on Tuesday night at Jamestown, convincingly 7-1. So the Sabres won that one, so a good start for Mario Lamoureux's club. And the Mandan Braves, just one game under their belt, where they have won their opening game of the season. And Mandan took care of Hayes and Beulah in convincing fashion, 10-0 to start their season. A couple new first-year head coaches, Matt Winkle and Marshall Chida, calling the shots this year for the Mandan Braves. All right, Layne, first thing we're going to take care of here is let's take a look at the coaches poll that was sent out by ndhighschoolhockey.com, and Bob Gillen took care of that for us. Appreciate everything he does for high school hockey in the state. As the coaches poll, you can see right away, this is a high-quality early season matchup. We got number 1 Legacy in the eyes of the coaches taking on number 4 Mandan, and sets up a high-profile matchup. But I guess for you, any surprises as you kind of glance at that early season coaches poll in the WDA?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I think when you look at it, I mean, Legacy had a good run at the end of the year. Obviously ran into Red River in the state tournament. Returned a lot of guys. Minot, they returned their studs up front as well. So, you know, when you look at least 1 and 2, I think those are pretty fitting. To me, where it gets interesting is really, you know, probably 3 through 7. I know, I think Dickinson lost earlier already this year, but that program's kind of came around. Williston obviously falls off a little bit, but that I would say the 3 through 7 is the call it the meat of the coaches poll. That I think anything is probably possible in that group.
Yeah, and I guess maybe the thing we should talk about is, well, shoot, you got a couple guys on the Bobcats realm that came right out of the WDA, in Nenau from Jamestown and Ekblad from Williston. So it's almost become a little bit of a pipeline, but good players, obviously, in the West.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Jamestown might be ranked a little higher if no one was you know, he still has obviously high school eligibility, and he's a really nice player. He's played, I think, almost every game for us this year, and you know, they might be in that 3 spot for sure if he was back. I think he had, I don't know, 60-some points last year, so that's a big loss for them. But you know, it's a great opportunity for him to play with us, and obviously Jackson has been in limited amount of games, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's always nice to have North Dakota guys on our team. I mean, I will say it's a very touchy subject for me. I mean, I think one of the coolest things when we won a Central Division championship, we had 12 North Dakota players on our team, and that was probably one of the highlights of my career, to be able to say that. You want to be right, and you want those kids to develop, and you want them to be in a good situation. So you know, that's why it's always a tough spot for myself, being from obviously Bismarck and wanting to really have every North Dakota kid that we can and give them a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's a balancing act, right? You got to figure out, and I'm sure it's a tough decision for kids, for parents, for coaches, for people in your position to figure out, hey, what's the best? Because it's really on an individual case basis. I mean, is a junior going to work? Is a high school program going to work? And hey, for each their own, right? There's a look at your high school coaches poll in the West region as we get set for hockey tonight on the PSP Network. We'll come back with more of our Shields pregame. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions, from fishing to fashion. Shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing, and clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. When we come back, we'll Catch up with the coaches. Coaches' comments brought to you by Shields tonight. We'll visit with first-year head coach Matt Winkle of the Mandan Braves when we come back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power?
No.
You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
For the Mandan Braves. And hey, Coach, got an early win against Hazen Beulah, now 10 days off, and should be a fun night tonight with a packed crowd here in your home rink.
Yeah, I know the boys are fired up to get going tonight, and we're excited to get the first home game under our belt here.
What have you liked so far? I mean, a couple of weeks with the kids, you got some off-season stuff, obviously, and a few weeks of practice, one game under your belt. What things have you liked so far?
Yeah, I think the team overall they're a strong team. They're intelligent. They play a smart brand of hockey. So we were blessed to come in with, a strong team. But really, I like our back end forward. We have two good goalies that we run as a 1A, 1B. That really is our key to success and has been fun to work with so far.
Yeah, and as you and I were talking a little bit before we started here, for you and Marshall coming in as first-year head coaches, you kind of got a late start. So is there a little bit of catch-up going on? But you have to like having an experienced club back too.
Yeah, and so it's getting our feet wet. There were a lot of things that were done for us, so we're coming in and picking it up on the back end. So there are quite a few things that we didn't have the jump on, but thankfully we had a lot of supports through the Mandan school to kind of pick that up and roll with us.
And Matt, if you had to pick a couple keys for tonight, obviously Legacy's a good opponent, picked number one by the coaches in the West. So what are a couple keys for you guys tonight?
Yeah, take care of the puck. We got to make sure that we work from our back end forward. I always tell our guys that our forwards can win us games. Our goaltending and defense is going to win us a championship. So take care of our own zone, get the puck moving up ice, and that's what's going to be our key to success.
Hey, good stuff. Nice meeting you as well.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, that's Matt Winkle, first-year head coach, along with Marshall Chida for the Mandan Braves. We'll be back with more of our Shields pregame after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt. He does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlin Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
We're back at the Starion Ice Complex. Todd, Domres, Layne, Sedevie, as we're got some little Zamboni time here as we're just in our Shields pregame show. Shields, dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. Stores in Bismarck and Minot. Good to have Shields on as our season-long pregame sponsor here on the PSP Network as we get set for the Legacy Sabres in Mandan to take on the Mandan Braves. All right, Layne, let's jump into the standings, and it's obviously early here, but Jamestown has got one W, and it was a 6-pointer over Hayes-and-Beulah, so they kind of lead the way right now. Mandan and Legacy both picked up conference wins. Williston and Dickinson played each other. Hayes-and-Beulah's got a couple losses. Bismarck, Bottineau, Rugby, Minot, and Century have not played a conference game. So that's your standings as they sit right now. And it's always an interesting dynamic as you get to figure out, am I going to play a Hayes-and-Beulah and get a 6-point game? Do I want to have them play home and away and so on and so forth? I start to see quite a few coaches making the choices along with their administration to say, you know what? I'm going to play a 6-point game, and I'm going to go play somebody from out east.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big thing, what you just said there at the end. It's, obviously I think we'd all like to see Hayes-and-Beulah have, man, back when I played, they took us to, I think it was double overtime in West Region. They had a really solid program, and, I think that's where you're trying to, play the best competition that you can. And if you play them for a six-point game, and sometimes it's been Bottineau, I know in the past, then you have that opportunity to go play maybe a Christmas tournament out east, or Moorhead or EGF or some of those teams that are close to the border, and really strengthen your schedule outside of the West region. I think that's the big thing, and maybe it's even on the east side of the state, but I think that's the big reason for it.
Yeah, and we've talked about this topic several times, but yeah, the 6-point games are one thing. I think the other thing that stands out to me is you saw it in the coaches poll, and I'm curious to see where the Demons going to shake out this year. They have not played a conference game, got off to a tough start in their opener, but Where is the strength or maybe the non-strength that we're going to see out of the Bismarck Demons this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think Bismarck High is down, and it's I don't know. It's kind of I think once you've seen the three schools split, I think just really when you look at it logistically, where when I grew up as a kid here. I think the boundaries were really good for as far as Century and Bismarck High, and now I think we had, I want to say 8 kids come up through the program to Bismarck High this year. 2 of them were goaltenders, and I believe next year it's 4 or 6. So I really think without ruffling feathers, I think they're going to have to change boundaries, and they're going to have to do it, or Bismarck High won't have the numbers or have really a program here in a couple years. I mean, I think it's just the way that the city has grown, and it just happens to be that obviously Legacy and Century are both up north. So I think those boundaries are going to have to change.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I've heard that discussion from a football standpoint. I've now heard it from a hockey standpoint, and I think you're starting to sense a lot of growth north and northeast, and maybe not as much south, and that's obviously where the boundaries lie. So we'll see how that shakes out. Hey, other games we're tracking tonight on our BNC National Bank scoreboard. Obviously, you got Legacy and Mandan here. The other West Region game is Bismarck High is at Hayes and Beulah for a 6-point game, as we mentioned. You got Grand Forks Central and Fargo South Shanley out east, along with Devils Lake and Grand Forks Red River. And Kitson Central is taking on Mayville, Portland, Clifford, Galesburg tonight. There's your slate. Yeah, we did have a girls game earlier tonight in right here at Starion, as a matter of fact. And Bismarck High Legacy picked up a win. 5-3 over the Mandan Braves is, well, I misread that, Layne. I already made, that's only the first mistake I make tonight. I guess we'll be good. Hey, my apologies to the Mandan faithful. People were texting me already. TD, you got it wrong. Mandan picks up the win, 5-3 over Bismarck High Legacy. That's a quick BNC scoreboard update. Taking another timeout, our Shields pregame rolls on. When we come back, we'll catch up with the head man for the Legacy Sabres. Mario Lamoureux is next. Legacy and Bismarck High. More after this break on the PSP Network.
Your business or your home, across the town or across the country. We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
Coach, hey, 4 games already, 3 under your belt, and what have you liked so far about how the Sabres have been skating?
Yeah, we've done a lot of really good things so far. Just look at this time last year, we're fresh on everything as a group, and I think we've come a long way. I think we're starting further ahead than we were last year, but we still got a long way to go, and tonight will be a real good test for us to see where we're at in the region.
Yeah, you get to come on the road. I mean, if you call it a road game, right? Like 7 miles across the big muddy, but hostile environments, and you can bring your team into it and kind of stack them up against the Braves tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be an awesome environment. I think it's exciting for both teams to get to experience that. It's going to be fun and loud in here, and I always enjoyed these games, and hopefully there's, some good animosity in the building, and you got to love, that's why you play sports. Hopefully this can kind of develop into a good little rivalry, and obviously we're right across the river, but it should be a lot of fun tonight.
And for yourself, second year, obviously you've been around hockey forever, but you got a lot of returnees. I mean, you got a lot of kids back. Just 4 seniors graduated last year, and for you as a second-year coach and for the team, that's got to kind of increase the speed that everything comes along.
Oh, definitely. There's so many things you're trying to incorporate into your game as a new program. You can't throw 100 things at them at once. And, I think we're obviously starting a few steps ahead of where we were last year. Like I said, I think we got a long way to go. We got a lot of individuals that can play better. I think as a group we can play better. But I think as a coach, you're always trying to, nitpick your team's game and each individual and trying to help them get better each and every day.
If you had to pick out a couple keys to success tonight for the Legacy Sabres to come out of the Mandan's barn with a win, what would those be?
I think we've really talked about playing as a 5-man unit. Obviously you're going to make individual plays and have individual efforts, but as a unit we need to play together, move the puck, kind of understand our positioning and the way we want to play. And I think if we're playing with the right mentality that we want to, I think we're going to give ourselves a chance at success every single night.
Good stuff, Coach. Thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks.
All right, that's Mario Lamoureux. We'll be back with more of our Shields pregame after this break on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Todd, Domres, Layne, Sedevie back at Starion Ice Complex as we get set for hockey tonight. Let's take a look at our premier chiropractic keys to the game. I beg your pardon. Press switch orthodontics keys to the game. That's not right, Layne. That's the second mistake that I've made tonight. First keys to the game, top line. Obviously, this top line for the Legacy Sabres, Beasley, Butts, and Vasier, the guys you're going to hear a lot about tonight. And if Mandan's going to be successful tonight, they're going to have to slow down that top line for the Sabres.
Yeah, and I think it's, even watching Mandan last year, I think it's kind of the same for those guys with the Johnner line. I mean, I think that's those are two keys, and I don't know what you're going into next here on keys of the game, but it obviously does go into special teams as well. I mean, those top lines, those guys are going to be on those special team units, and those are the opportunities that you don't want to face or give up. So I think those are big keys.
Yeah, 100%. As second key is goalie play. You got two good ones tonight. You got Bennett Langgang, returner for the Mandan Braves, and you got Tyler Miller for the Legacy Sabres. Two guys up in the high 90 percentile goals against and save averages, and so two good goaltenders tonight. I think goals are going to be at a premium.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is you got to get to the interior of the ice if you can, and that's how you score goals at obviously this level and higher levels, is make sure that you can get traffic and make their life difficult in the paint there. So I think that's what both teams will be trying to do, is whether it's traffic or getting those grade A looks. Those are your quality looks that you're going to have to beat a good goaltender.
Yeah, and you mentioned staying out of the box tonight. It's going to be important. You put either of these teams on the special teams and have a man advantage. That'll play large in tonight's game. Our thanks to Prestwich Orthodontics for bringing you those keys to the game. Quick glance at the lineups. Johnner, Keelan, Hyder are your top line, along with Helbling and Beaver, your defensive pair for the Mandan Braves. Langgang in goal. And the Legacy lineup, Beasley, Butts, Vasey, Martell, Johnson, the defensive pair. Tyler Miller's your goalie. And there's your lineup and your keys to the game. Take a national anthem break, and we'll come back and drop the puck from Starion Ice Complex tonight. Mandan Braves and the Legacy Sabres getting set for it after this break on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
All right, Layne. I'm everywhere. Live and ready to go. Would you want to turn that one? Yeah, nope. That one right there down just a little bit. Slide that down. There we go. That was a little hot. All right, fans, we're ready for the drop of the puck tonight. You got those top lines out there. Johnner, Keelan, Hyder, Beaver, Helbling. For Mandan, Beasley, Butts, Vasey, Martell, and Johnson. And we are set for hockey. Two teams that have not tasted defeat early in the season. And the puck is dropped. Legacy controls on their own end. Punched up to the blue line of the Mandan Braves. Legacy retreats. Jamison Johnson tries to find Butts off his stick. Legacy now bottles up a Mandan breakouts. Mandan's Beaver retreats, plays catch with his defensive pair. That's Brady Helbling. And now it's hemmed in on the near side boards. Punched out to center. Legacy, Mandan on a change, tries to dump it in. Both teams on a change. And back comes Vasey into the zone. Poke checked off his stick. And now it's wrapped around the boards. Kept in an wrister from the right point for Legacy. And now it's jammed in the corner of the net. And they're going to be first save of the night for Bennett Langang. Had to go from camera operator to producer there as there's a quick shot off the face-off as Josiah Will. Well, he's been exploding on the scene already as Josiah Will, 2 goals and an assist early on in the season for the Sabres. Just about punched one in there. Face-off, stalemated. Quick shot by Mose, gloved up there by Bennett Langang. Kind of a tight angle shot there for Mose. Langang had a good look at it. Cleans it up. Face off to the blocker side of Langang. Won by Mandan. Here comes Hyder. Flying out of there with Johnner. And now he's bottled up at center by that defenseman, Braxton Hager. Boy, he's a big guy, that Hager kid. Goes about 220. Dalton Fleck retrieves behind his net for the Braves. Tries to get it out of the zone. Rammed into there by Caleb Johnson. Sent right back in to the Mandan zone. And this could be an icing as it goes all the way down. And we're going to have a face-off into Mandan end. 15-10 to play, first period. Legacy's had the zone time thus far, Layne, and obviously leads 4 shots to none.
Yeah, I think the big thing, too, is face-offs here. I mean, they had 2 pretty much grade A opportunities off face-offs and time of possession, and need to bear down on face-offs if you're Mandan.
Mandan has this draw, and they just dump it down the ice again, and back-to-back icing calls. Whistle against the Braves. Mandan, the home team tonight, will have the last change. Sabres going to have Gavin Mitzel on the draw. Mandan counters with Trinity Anderson. Draw is won and poked out to center by the Mandan Braves. Dumped in by Tate Olson.
You're back.
So far tonight, Layne, I've been producer, camera operator, and play-by-play guy. Not ideal as you get your third ice here in the first period. Legacy will send us into the Mandan zone. The zone time has been dominated early on here by the Legacy Sabres. This is probably the first time we've been really in the Legacy zone for most of the first period here.
Yeah, I think that, well, it's interesting to see how fast they come back to their top lines. Legacy already has here.
Draw won by the Sabres. Wrapped around the boards. Johnson now dumps it in. Beasley on the chase. Battle on the near side boards. Popped out to the blue line now. Can Mandan get a breakout? No. Good stand up there on the blue line by those defensemen for the Legacy Sabres. Wrapped right back in by Johnner. Mandan on the chase with Hyder. Johnson swings it around the boards. Martell has it on his stick. Rink-wide pass into the hands of Marcus Butts. Here comes with developing 2-on-1. Drops it, shot, oh, off a stick. And up over the head of Bennett Langgang. A grade A look there for the Legacy Sabres. Beasley had that shot knocked into the netting.
Yeah, I mean, good play, stretch pass there from Martell. I mean, almost probably 70 feet through the neutral zone. Kind of caught Mandan flat-footed there, but good defending on the chance. I mean, it was almost a 3-on-1.
Will and Anderson face it off. And now a block shot. It's going to turn into a run out for Trinity Anderson. He's into the zone. Tried to get a centering pass, couldn't do it. Bottled up there and a late pass for Beachel, almost got home. Legacy steers it into the corner. Will lost the puck. Tate Olson has it on his stick. Trinity Anderson out to the point. Gavin Mitzel, a blocker and a pad save there for Tyler Miller. And it's ushered out to center. Legacy's Dalton Fleck retrieves. Good forecheck here by Matthew Souther. Now he has the puck, throws it out in front. Hahn has it at the point, dumps it back in deep. Fleck, Souther battling. Legacy keeps it in. Sends it right back in behind the net. Again, the Sabres here bottling up Mandan, who's having a hard time getting out of their zone. Now they're going to send it down the ice, and that's going to be icing once again. I like the pressure here for the Legacy Sabres here in the first period.
Yeah, I think last two times Mandan defenseman has retreated back into their own zone. They've kind of been hemmed in. I think that's one thing where, you know, as a coach, you want those guys to play north and move the puck. I mean, you retreat into your own end, and you got to make a couple good hard plays to get it out.
Draw one by Mitzel. Legacy, Souther operating behind the net. Pokes it over to Caleb Johnson. Bottled up there by a couple black jerseys of the Mandan Braves. Beachel has a stick on it for Mandan. Sends it over to Mason Brew. Still behind the net. Legacy's just hanging on to this puck. This is going to result in chances here in a second. Souther has it now on his stick as Legacy goes to the cycle game. Strider McMahon poked off his stick by Legacy, or excuse me, by the Braves, and now Caleb Johnson from the right dot fires it. Big hit in the corner. Out to the point. Sam Stanton puts it on net. Martell bumps it out to the blue line. Kept in. Joel Anderson holds it in for Legacy. Beachel can't get it out. Now finally got it out of the zone for Logan Renner. Now Kylan Johnner tries a breakout for Mandan. Lost his skates there. Josiah Will up to Mose. Legacy retreats as we've got down to about the 11-minute mark here, 12-minute mark of the first period. Will has it on his stick, flips it up ahead into the hands of Mose. Closing in, centering pass. Ooh, nice play, but Legacy couldn't get a stick on that effectively, as it was the defenseman Jamison Johnson joining the action there. Mandan gets it on the stick of Hyder through the skates of Helbling. Keelan has it, fired back in by the Braves. Johnner keeps it alive in the near side corner, out to the point. Helbling throws it out in front, deflected, and a goal! Matt Hyder. Just when you think Legacy is dominating the action, you get a puck on net. Nice tip by Hyder, and Mandan leads 1-0.
Legacy's definitely had the better chances too. I mean, they've had, you know, 3 good looks on odd man rushes, 1 right in the slot on a turnover by Mandan, but that's why you put it towards the net. I mean, that's how you know, to me as a former goaltender, I think that's the toughest shot to stop, is the redirect right out in front. You have no time to react, and it's a nice play by Mandan.
6:36 mark of the first period. We know we're going to get an assist for Helbling, and the goal to Hyder See if there's another assist here. Yep, Kylan Johnner and Helbling get the assists. Matt Hyder with his team leading 4th goal of the season. Had a hat trick in the opener against Hazen Bueller, did Hyder. Here comes Legacy. In the slot as Souther fires in another good stick there for Legacy to poke that thing up into the netting. Another slot chance for the Sabres.
Yeah, they've definitely had some good chances. I think that's the big thing is Mandan needs to start limiting their chances or it's going to be 1-1 here pretty soon.
Butts will go on the draw against Trinity Anderson of Mandan. Controlled by Beasley, who's bumped off the puck. Tate Olson as they rummage in around the corner. Shot from the high slot for Legacy, steered away. Vasey battling. Anderson battling for Mandan. Still kept in. Now it pops out to center ice. Butts and Anderson jostling. Vasey banged into the half wall. Mandan finally gets it out to neutral ice once again. Now here comes the Braves. Barrett, Anderson, fired back in by Tate Olson. Mandan is going to get some new bodies on the ice as Elliot Hahn corrals and almost turns it over there. Mandan can't keep it in. Helbling had that pass tipped, grabbed out of the air by Keelan, who drops it right back into the Legacy zone. Keelan on the attack. Has some black shirts trying to come with it. Almost a turnover there as John Arrow had a slot chance. Mandan fires it in. Johnner got her up in the eyes of Tyler Miller, who saved that one easily with the blocker. Mandan tries to center. Hyder back out to the point. His shot blocked there. Rebound Keelan. And that door is closed by Tyler Miller. Good zone time here for the Mandan top line. Braves keep it in. Dumped right back in by Cameron Beaver. Good looking sophomore blue liner for the Braves. Mandan has tilted the ice here in the last couple minutes. Mose gets it out. Beaver collects. Hyder has it on his stick. And from center ice, Mandan dumps it in, and they will get a change. By himself, though, short angle shot. Knocked out of there by Tyler Miller. Is a good looking shot there by Johnner late in his shift. 1-0. Mandan has the lead here on their home ice. Legacy out of their zone. A little shot there in traffic. Put on net by Marcus Butts. Steered away by Langang. And dumped back down the ice. It's going to be an icing on the Mandan Braves. Advance tonight's game brought to you by Planet Pizza. Been proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years at the Laser Tag Playground. Best laser tag playground, mouth-watering pizza, wings, and the 30-inch galactic pizza that's out of this world. Call now at 852-1700. Planet Pizza is out of this world. I'll tell you what, I got to get a big shout-out to the most ambitious kid in the Domres family. Luke Domres got the call tonight. And a little emergency going on the camera operator tonight on the PSP network. Luke here to the rescue, so appreciate him dropping in and bringing the action to you on the PSP network tonight. Strider McMahon, I was almost offsides, is now McMahon shot tangled up with a Mandan Braves defender. Got it in the sweater of Parker Drengson for the Braves. Back in the Legacy end, Mandan pinching in. Beachtel couldn't keep it in the zone as it's ushered out to center ice. Mandan, however, has it back in the stick of Trinity Anderson. Drags, shoots off the side of the net. Anderson out front, shot, score! Rylan Beachtel has just made it 2-0. Well, and I just noticed that either Tyler Miller changed jersey numbers tonight, or that's not Tyler Miller in net.
I actually don't think it is either. I think he's the one on the bench with the Bryans leg pads.
Yeah, I think it's Langgang tonight.
Yeah.
So that was a last-second change that Coach Lamoureux threw on us there as Mandan strikes again. 9:36 mark of the first period, and the Mandan Braves have taken a 2-zip lead. Ryland Beachel. Anderson with the assist. Boy, Anderson did the heavy lifting on that goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everybody puck watches, and it's the guy behind the net's not, 99% of the time he's not going to score the goal. It's the guy that's left all alone in the slot, and that was the case there.
And Langgang got a piece of it. Well, we can't mess up the goalies tonight. We got Langgang and Langgang. So there's going to be a few Langgang saves tonight. 2-0 Mandan has a lead here on their home ice. Legacy sends it around to Martel. He's bodied up, still has the puck. Retreats, organizes, sends it cross ice to Souther. Souther evades, gets bumped off the puck. Gets it in the hands of Kylan Johnner, and he's upended. And do we got a penalty? Yes. Arm in the air, man advantage. Delayed penalty, Hyder. That's touched by Legacy as Mandan had gotten Bennett Langgang off. It's going to be our first penalty of the night. And Marcus Butts is going to go in the box. Going to be a hold.
This is a key spot in the game. I mean, you're down 2-0. It's manageable, obviously, with a lot of time left. But big spot for the power play for Mandan. You can create some separation here if you get that third one.
And Butts is one of the PK guys for Legacy, one of the better PK guys that they have. So he's in the box. Legacy, however, wins the draw and sends it right down. Butts in for 2 minutes. Mandan on the power play. Beaver comes out of the zone, gets it onto the stick of Hyder. Hyder back to Beaver. Beaver goes for the 5-hole. Rebound, score! Hyder is on fire. Another puck on net. Another goal for the Mandan Braves.
Maybe a timeout or a goaltender change here. Something maybe, I don't know if Mario wants to burn it now, but I don't think it would be a bad call. I mean, I know they're talking on the bench, but I don't think they were bad goals either. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't know what to do, and you probably don't know what's right. But those are grade A scoring chances that obviously the goaltender, makes the first save, and they got to obviously pick up those sticks going to the net.
Matthew Hyder has his second of the night. Beaver with the assist right out in front, loose. Mandan comes out of there. Got a developing 3-on-2. And a quick shot from the line, and Bryson is denied there by Langgang. Easy glove save. And for the time being, Mandan flying high here, and Legacy kind of catches their legs, catches their breath. Sabres turnover. Oh, and Tucker Horner had a grade A chance in the slot. Went wide. Right back on it. Shot by Beachtel. That goes wide. Now Legacy is seemingly skating underwater here. That's going to be down the ice and an icing call on the Sabres. As great as Legacy looked for the first, 3 minutes?
Yeah, they've gotten careless with pucks in their own end, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to keep it away from the middle of the ice. And, I mean, even right there, I mean, it's a Legacy defenseman that moves the puck right to Mandan in a grade A scoring chance right in the slot. So they have to start limiting those turnovers in their D zone, and they have to take care of the puck.
Mandan wins the draw right out in front again. Hyder just about had another good look at a hat trick in the first period. Hyder has it on his stick. Leaves it for Helbling. Helbling, low shot, redirected in front. And Keelan whacking away at it on the doorstep. Covered up by Layne. 3-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. BNC Bank, with locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Legacy's Farland gets it out of the zone. Taken out of there by Butts, leaves it, shot, score! Drew Beasley just lit the lamp, and Legacy's on the board here in the first period. I guess we're having a shootout tonight, Layne.
Yeah, I don't know if those are going to be a premium, but I mean, that's
so much for our keys to the game.
That's a big goal. I mean, that's, you know, Mandan, you're hoping for that fourth one or hoping to get to the second frame with a 3-0 lead. And, you know, Legacy, you're trying to get it back as fast as you possibly can, and it's a good answer.
Beasley gets the goal, his 5th of the season. One of the leading scorers in North Dakota high school hockey right now is Drew Beasley. Marcus Butts with the assist. 3-1. Mandan on top. Butts gets it off to Mose. Check that was Will. Gets it to Mose. And right back into the zone. Mandan sends it around. Fleck gets a run at Joel Anderson. And Tate Olson comes out of there with it for Mandan, who dumps it in. Olson in 1-on-4. Farland leaves it behind the nets as Will sets it up, taken away by Mandan. Another careless turnover. Doesn't result in a shot this time, but it's a developing trend here for Legacy, I beg your pardon, in their own zone. Hyder has it, flips it out in front. Steered away. Hyder into the slot. Ooh, and a good chance there for Johnner. Couldn't get a stick on it. Strider McMahon entered the zone, got bumped off the puck. Back and forth we go. Legacy's McMahon has it, turns, and we'll dump it in. I'm going to end up being just past the center stripe, and it's going to be an icing on Legacy. And even 2 minutes to play, first period. Mandan has outshot Legacy 12-10. Those are those little red numbers on your scoreboard below each team's names. If you're figuring that out, that's the shots on goal tonight, folks. Hemmed in, Legacy. Martell gets it out of the zone. Right back onto Martell's stick. Rink wide pass, gets it up to Souther. Souther at the blue line, sends it into Caleb Johnson. Taken away there by Beaver. Sent across the ice. Mandan has a little bit of ice for Keelan. Back to Hyder. That top line for Mandan's been out there quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's to me, that's you know, was our top key. But you can tell when Mandan's had some zone time, they can make some plays. That top line, I think they can make you pay. And obviously, you see that for Legacy too. I mean, that line answered with their top line right back here.
Well, we've had 4 goals tonight, Layne. 3 been by each team's top line.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the key. I mean, they've shown early that both those guys can, and those lines can get up and down the sheet.
Butts in the slot, drops it. Not able to get a shot off there was Sam Stanton, who was pressing in. Cleared out of there. Drinkson has it on his stick. Knocked off it by Vasey. Drinkson whacks at it again. Now here comes Stanton with some speed into the zone. Rister gloved up high there by Bennett Langgang. Steered into the corner. Mandan just wraps it out to center ice. Up the near side boards and sent in by Lucas Vasey, and now Legacy will change. Mason Brew Out of the zone for Tate Olson. Mandan has the puck, tried to center it again, and this time Langang. That's Ryan Langang. In net for Legacy Sabres. I got a question for you, Layne. So is this a West Region thing or what? But every goalie's like number 1 or number 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, I don't know, maybe it's tradition. It was like that when I played too. I mean, if you wanted like number 20, could you have number 20 as a goalie? I mean, Ed Belfour and Vladislav Tretiak were 2 icons, so I mean that was my favorite number, but I don't know if they'd allow it.
Down to 6, down to 5, down to 4, and first period just about come to an end as play ends with no harm, no foul out in front of the Legacy goal. An entertaining first period is in the books from the Starion Ice Complex tonight. Take a break, and we'll come back with our premier chiropractic intermission report. End of one. One period is in the books from Mandan tonight. Good to have you on the PSP Network. Your score at the end of one, Mandan 3, Legacy 1. Back with our first period intermission after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Ho-ho! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Ho-ho-ho! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right zoom, spider 2 Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
3-1, Mandan has a lead. First intermission brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. Got to get my eyes adjusted. They dim the lights here, Layne, during the intermission. So Dr. Kurt Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry Domres can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. They're focused on the health and well-being of the Minot and surrounding areas, using the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Mandan, first intermission reset here, leads 3-1. Mandan, 12 shots on goal. Legacy counters with 10. Mandan gets goals from 2 of them from Matt Hyder, 1 from Ryan Beachel. Legacy counters with a tally from Drew Beasley in that first period. And I guess a couple things. One, I don't know if there was any soft goals in that first period. I think most of them were quality chances, rebound. You know, it was hard to control some of those things. But some of the turnovers and the script flipped for me. It looked like Legacy was going to skate Mandan right out of the barn in the first 5 minutes of the contest. Mandan gets 1 goal, turns into 3, and Legacy somehow answers.
Yeah, I mean, start of the game, shots were 5-0 Legacy to start the game, and it ended up to be 12-10 in favor of Mandan. I think it's just, you know, Legacy had a really good start. I think it was probably the start that they wanted, although, you know, they didn't get on the board early, but seemed like they were moving their feet and dictating the play. And then you just, to me, you know, hey, let's face it. I mean, you know, Legacy is so-called on the road here tonight, and Mandan's at home. So you get that momentum, and they get 1, and next thing you know, it's 3-0. So yeah, I think Mandan did a good job of using their feet. It seemed like they were creating those turnovers. I think that's the big thing I noticed from the first period is once Mandan kind of really settled in, they were creating a lot of turnovers, and it seemed like to me that Legacy really had no presence in front of their own net. The second goal, guys standing wide open. A couple other chances where I think they really need to have that net front defenseman because, you know, like I said before, the guy's not scoring behind the net. It's the guy out in the slot that's going to score the goal.
Hey, while we have a second here, Layne, I think I saw the schedule right. You guys got the Wings for a couple this weekend at the VFW?
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's got pretty heated last Saturday in Aberdeen. It's a good rivalry. It's always been a great rivalry. I mean, I think now, you know, when I first started coaching, it was I think we battled Austin to 5 straight Central Division championships. And yeah, I think the rivalries switched just with proximity. Aberdeen and Minot are such great rivalries now with how close they are. And it's a big weekend for us. Kind of had a little bit of a good week and a not such a good week last week. So the standings are so close, pretty much between, you know, 2nd through 6th. So it's if we can get 4 points this weekend, we can, you know, almost be tied for 2nd in the standings. So it's very crucial.
I want to get back to one thought. We talked about those numbers for a second there. I want to get back to that because the other thing I don't notice is, and I don't know if this is just taboo or what, but maybe it's just the way the kids order and the manufacturers of the jerseys and the teams and the orders and everything. But how come nobody gets to be 99? I mean, for crying out loud, like Michael Jordan's my favorite basketball player of all time, and if you wanted number 23 in basketball, you can get it. But you never see anybody wearing 99. So is that like taboo, or is it just another jersey thing that I just don't know the ins and outs of?
Well, I mean, those are big shoes to fill if you're wearing 99 or 23 in basketball. I mean, I wouldn't want that pressure. Yeah, I just think it's more traditional. I mean, there are a few teams even in our league where, you know, I think they let their players kind of decide. That the tough part is, and I think that everybody struggles with is getting the uniforms on time. If you do get new uniforms every year, which we do, and I think, you know, like Bismarck High does, and I'm guessing Legacy and Mandan, is, you know, when you don't know your team necessarily, it's hard to have guys pick their own numbers and then order them and then get them on time. So I would say some of it's tradition, and I think some of it's timing.
You know, I was asking somebody about this, and he's obviously a Blackhawks fan. She's like, well, yeah, well, if you want to be like same number as Patrick Kane, you know what I mean, or whatever. You want to be 88. You just don't even you don't see those. You don't see any numbers like it's 1 through 40.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I think those are probably the reasons. Again, I'm not wearing 88. That guy's voodoo with the puck. I mean, he is a magician. So I better be the best player on the ice if I'm wearing 88 or 68 or 66 or 99. I can tell you that much. Those are daunting shoes to fill.
You know, this reminds me, Layne, of a conversation I had with a guy I do color with in basketball by the name of Cole Hagelin. Mandan Parks and Rec director right now, and we were talking about some kid that wears like these bright orange shoes, and his dad told him once, he says, if you wear shoes like that, you better be able to dunk, and you better be the best player on the floor every night.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, you know, we do all these tryout camps, and we've always talked that, you know, what is something you can do to stick out? And we've seen kids where they'll wear, you know, I don't know if it's by plan, but 2 different socks. But when that person's on the ice, you notice them every time, whether it's good or bad. You know, or it's crazy. You know, when you go to those camps and you see a certain, you know, like Omaha AAA, their helmets are bright orange. I mean, you know, I think sometimes that can be a good thing. But I'm with you. I think if you're going to bring that attention to Bonnie, you better back it up.
Yeah, well said. Sometimes we can digress. That's what intermissions are for, right? So Mandan leads 3-1. We'll come back with more of our Premier Chiropractic first intermission after this break. Braves by 2 on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Mandan has a lead on your BNC Bank scoreboard. First intermission. As Mandan gets a couple goals from Matt Hyder. He's got 5 on the season now for the Braves. 1 tally from Ryan Beachel. Legacy gets a goal. A team leading 5th goal of the season for Drew Beasley. I checked that, a 3rd goal of the season, and he's got 4 assists, so that's a pile of points already for Drew Beasley, one of the state leaders. As we can tell you at halftime, intermission. I got through a whole period, Layne. As we can tell you here an intermission that. There we go. I knew the lights were coming on. This evening games brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage, proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. Vote for the Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. Also factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Upcoming action for us on the PSP Network. Got doubleheader. Basketball action starts tomorrow night. Mandan Braves will host the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs in a girls and boys basketball doubleheader tomorrow night from Mandan. Next action for us after that will be on the hardwood next Tuesday night. Dickinson at Century again for a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Next hockey action for us will be next Thursday, week from the night. Mandan at Minot. Braves and the Magi catch all that action right here on the PSP Network. One final break. We'll come back, drop the puck for our second period. Thanks to Premier Chiropractic for bringing you our first intermission. Doctors Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domres can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Second period is next. Mandan leads 3-1 on your BNC Bank scoreboard.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
A couple shots here, quick on goal for the Mandan Braves. Start the second period. Marcus Butts comes out of the zone. Vasey, Beasley with him. Knocked off the puck there by the Braves defense. Back out to center. Johnson turning and burning. Here comes Beasley. Drags, shoots high. Right up in the face mask of Bennett Langgang. Scrum on the far side boards. Good job by Legacy coming out of there with it. Martell had a stick on it, then he went to the bench. Popped right back in by Jamison Johnson. He'll go in for a change. Just starting the second period of play. Mandan on top 3-1. Yeah, that's a pet peeve as a broadcaster, Layne, right there, when you got, say, 3 minutes left on the clock and you put a 2-minute timeout in and about 1 minute later they put zero on the clock and they drop the puck. You're like, fellas, I like getting home as much as anybody, but please don't do that. Wrapped out of the zone by Hyder. Down the ice. They're going to wave off icing. Back to retrieve. Legacy's Braxton Hager. Tape-to-tape pass. Here comes Legacy. Almost a chance in the slot there for the Sabres. But Isaac Lewis couldn't get a stick on it. Hahn behind his net. Dumps. And Josiah Will collects. Wraps it around the boards. Now a giveaway, and Drankson comes in. Going to be a penalty as Parker Drankson got drugged down from behind. Couldn't get any wood on the shot. But that's going to send the Mandan Braves onto their second power play of the night. Didn't take them long on the first man advantage to tack one in. Yeah, and to me it's the same spot. I mean, 2-goal lead in the first and 2-goal lead here early in the second here. I mean, that's they created that 3-goal differential, which is a lot better than probably the worst lead in hockey, the 2-goal lead. Jamison Johnson wraps it down the ice. Legacy's got a little forecheck going on here on the PK. Nice work there by Beasley and Butts to bottle up Mandan in their own end. Braves can't get the power play organized here. As who has the man advantage right now? Now Mandan gets organized. Here comes Beaver. Leaves it off. And Helbling with some speed up the far boards. Drops it. Hyder stepping in. Shoots. And knocked down and corralled there by Ryan Langgang. Mandan now with 15 shots on goal. Legacy with 11. 117 left on the Mandan power play. Folks, we do apologize. A little technical difficulty with the scoreboard interface tonight. There's a point-blank shot. Tate Olson got some wood on that one. Gloved again by Langang. We do understand that our scoreboard interface is lagging just a little bit behind tonight, so we apologize for that. It does catch up, but it takes a little bit sometimes. Mandan loses the draw. Legacy can't get out of the zone. Kept in there by Dalton Fleck. Barrett gets it over to Olson. Olson collects. Mandan sets up the power play. Olson centers up over the net. Barrett knocked that one over the head of Langang. Legacy will get it out of the zone. And right back in is Trinity Anderson. No, nice drag. Shoots. Pad save by Ryan Langang once again. Anderson trying to track down on the back check, and that was a good look there for Lucas Vasey, but Bennett Langang was up to the task. What'd you like there out of Langang?
Well, I mean, I think it's it's a crucial save. I mean, you give up, they had some good chances on their power play and still have 28 ticks left on it, but yeah, it's not what you want to do. You don't want to give up a breakaway, and that's a big save. Thought he stood his ground well and made a really good save.
Langang denies that shot. Oh, Johnson flips one on net. Langang will gobble that one up as well. 3-1, Mandan still leads. Braves still have 24 seconds of power play time. Face off in the Braves' own end. Helbling runs into Strider McMahon. And here comes Cameron Beaver. Carries into the zone. Martell banging with him out front. Loose puck, still loose. Hyder collects. Back to even strength. Helbling in the near side boards. Leaves it for Johnner. Johnner centers, wrapped right back into the corner by Legacy. Now back behind the net, Martell retreats and pops one way up in the air. And that's going to go down the ice, going to be an icing. Hey fans, tonight's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces for Invisalign for all ages. You can visit them at mynotbraces.com. Get started with a free virtual consultation. Face off to the blocker side of Ryan Langang. Popped out to neutral ice. Oh, there's a loose puck. Here comes Mose, shoots, and Langang closes the door on the breakaway for the Sabres. That's two in the third period. Check me the second period, Layne. That's grade A chances for Legacy.
Yeah, I think you might want to try and start making a move on him because right now he's pretty confident when they're shooting the puck. He's done a nice job staying at the top of the paint, and I think you probably want to try and make a move and get him to open up.
Is that something kids talk about on the bench? Coaches talk about? If, hey, guys, you get a chance like that, we might have to go to the deke or something like that?
Well, it's something I definitely tell our guys. If a guy's, to me, it's you want to get that goaltender to make that first move, and right now he's not. He's being very patient, and, he's doing a really nice job in there.
Hemmed in on the far boards. Legacy banging away. Trinity Anderson has a step down by the goal line, pops it out to the point. Sent right back down deep by Beaver. Anderson now to Tate Olson. Centers. Onto the stick of Easton Mose, who gave it right back, and now it's popped out to neutral ice. No icing here. As Parker Bachmeyer plays it out to center. Chance Bryson carries in. He's taken away by three Sabres, and the white jerseys converged on Bryson right there. Bryson back in against Marcus Butts. Jamison Johnson sends it across, and here's Beasley. Sends it in. Langang misplayed that one as a bouncing puck got back behind the net. Gloved and sent ahead by Dalton Fleck. He's ridden off the puck there by Butts. Back out to center. Legacy can't get it out. Keeping it in was Matt Hyder. Trying to get it over to Dalton Fleck. Nothing doing as Fleck. Now another takeaway, and here comes Marcus Butts. One-on-one, shoots, and denied again by Layne.
I'm telling you, somebody's got to make a move on him if they get another breakaway.
3 breakaways, 3 big saves by Legacy. Oh, now you got a high school hideout, but losing a stick as Johnner picks it up, Deeks, and he shoots it high. I couldn't tell if Layne got a stick on that or if he just shot it high.
Yeah, I don't know, but I didn't even see that play coming. He was all alone from the blue line in. I think if he wouldn't have fell down, it would have been maybe, I think he would have had to maybe not panic so much, but it's still a good move.
Yeah, it wasn't like a shootout where, where he just had all kinds of time to collect and decide what he was going to do. But he still got up pretty quick and got a good shot on net. Well, it's the period of breakaways here as there's a shot thrown in there by Helbling. Pad save for Layne. Out front, Legacy can't clear it. Josiah Will bottled up on the near side boards. Sends it back around. Farland pops it out to center. Mandan's Cameron Beaver gets it up to Hyder. Johnner had to stay on sides, and so he couldn't play in with Hyder. Mandan whacking away onto the near side boards. Pinching in was Carter Keelan. Rink wide pass. Hyder pops it out to center. Johnner, Keelan 2-on-2. They weave. Johnner backhand, sticked away by Ryan Layne. Back and forth we go. Matthew Souther has it for Legacy. Pops it out to center. Helbling sends it over to Parker Bachmeyer, who dumps it right back in. Sam Stanton has it. Comes up to Butts. Butts throws it to Braxton Wetzel, who comes into the zone. Wetzel tried to drop it down deep out front. Vasey had a chance. Knocked away by Mandan. Mandan on a rush. Tate Olson with speed. Oh, tried to center it, and it was redirected off the defenseman. That almost caught Layne off guard. A good check there by Braxton Hager as Legacy pops it out to center. Mason Brew wrapped right back into the Legacy, or excuse me, the Mandan end. Trinity Anderson gets it out to Barrett. Barrett had it popped off his stick. Barrett still on the chase. Hager plays it to Elliot Hahn. Poke checked away from Hahn. Back to Hager. Up the near side boards. Out to center. Will can't collect it. Returned. Oh, and a nice hit. Yeah, a nice hit. Going to be too good of a hit. It's going to be like charging?
Nope.
Interference?
Hand pass.
Oh, a hand pass. I'm sorry. I thought I saw an arm go up. It just happened to be right at the same time that hit happened. So I'm like, what the heck are they going to call there? It looked like a pretty good hit to me. And it was a good hit. I just missed the hand pass. Thanks for keeping me out of the ditch there, partner. 3-1, Mandan on top still on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Reminder after the game, we'll have our Move of the Game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Johnson, almost got it on the stick of Easton Mose. Josiah Will loses a skate. Still sent back in by Legacy. Martell wraps it around. Logan Renner had a stick on it. Now he's on the chase for Mandan. Renner in there with Beachel. Instead, taken out of there by Mitzel for Legacy. Back behind the net. Martell, Johnson run into each other, and Legacy's Beachel couldn't get it out front. Now they send it out to the point. Helbling, check that, Fleck fans on it. Tight angle shot, rifled in there by Beachel. Now it comes all the way down the ice. played by Bennett Langang. Drinkson plays catch with his D-mate pair. Pops it up the boards. Out to center. Logan Renner looking for a headman pass. Can't get it to Kylan Johnner. In with a head of steam is Stanton. Legacy knocked off the puck. Still chasing is Martell. Trying to get it to Stanton. Near side, whacking at it. Penalty coming. And we're going to get a slash, looks like, on the Mandan Braves, and that's going to send Legacy onto their first power play of the night. I think I saw that right. It was a slash, yep.
Yes.
Well, down 2, just what the doctor ordered here for the Sabres.
Yeah, it's a big spot for them. They haven't had a power play all night long. Get the first one. It'd be nice to get it back to a 1-goal game. Maybe get some momentum here, too.
Josiah Will on the draw against Trinity Anderson. Won by Legacy. Johnson comes to the high point. Butts stepping in. His shot deflected into the far corner. Martell gets it back. Cross-ice pass looking for Butts. Legacy goes behind the net. Martell has it. Looking for Vasey. Comes up top Johnson. Now Butts in the slot. Whiffing on that one was Lucas Vasey. Mandan, can they get it out? 3-on-1. Legacy spins it back behind the net. Helbling got a stick on it for Mandan. Well, they're hemmed in, and precious time on the Legacy power play dripping away here. Now it's wedged out of there. And can Cameron Bieber get it out off the glass? Yes. Mandan changes that PK unit. And Legacy, Jamison Johnson carries in. Leaves it for Vasey. Back to Butts. Tries the right side, angles, tries to center it. Wrapped out of there by Kylan Johnner. Good job on the PK thus far for the Mandan Braves. Johnson off a nice forecheck there by Keelan. Oh, and he wraps at it. Does it go in? No, off the side of the net. Carter Keelan almost got a shorty. Back comes Drew Beasley. Beasley, Deeks, leaves it out front. Off his stick. Now on the far side boards. 3 Sabres can't keep it in. Down to 5 minutes to play. 10 seconds on the power play. Legacy still has possession. Beasley looking out front, surveying, still with possession, drops it down behind the net. Mose, and nobody home. And now coming out of the box was Matt Hyder. He bounces and pinballs down the far boards. Hyder trying to get it for Johnner, and he couldn't do it. And now there's going to be a boarding from behind. Legacy, Mandan still has it, and it's finally touched by Legacy. Is a good chance there by Parker Drinkson. And Mandan effectively kills off the Legacy penalty, and now Legacy is going to go into the box. Yeah. Official call was 2 minutes for holding on Easton Mose. Mandan on the power play. Braves by 2 here with 4:30 and counting to play in the second period. Legacy sends it down. Fleck and Anderson converge. Olsen gets it up to Tucker Horner. Horner's got a developing 3-on-2, trying to get it over to Colton Barrett. Now it's just in the corner. Can Mandan get organized? Nope. Wrapped out of there by Legacy. Minute and a half on the Mandan power play. Mandan gets it on the stick of Dalton Fleck. Leaves it back behind for Horner. And into the zone comes Barrett, but Mandan is offsides. Well, after 4 tallies,
it's quieted down a little bit.
Yeah, in the first period.
Mandan's top unit out here, though. They weren't out to start.
They will be out there for the final 116 of the power play for Mandan. Helbling, as Mandan's got that number 1 defensive pair out there as well on the power play. Beaver, into the zone comes Johnner. Johnner collects, spins, retreats to the dot, still on the puck, and puts it on nets. Good job closing down the angle there for Ryan Langang, and then he covers it up. Be a face-off in the Legacy zone. Keelan and Will draw one by Josiah Will. And Legacy will send it out. Helbling, forecheck by Beasley. Helbling has to leave it for Beaver. And now Hyder has it on the far boards. Tries to deke around Beasley, and Beasley sends it right back in. Hyder had the puck knocked off his stick. Nice play there by Isaac Lewis. Isaac Lewis has it. Short side shot. Gloved by Ryan Langang. There's that sophomore Isaac Lewis. That's one thing I noticed about this Legacy roster. You know, they're still young, just a couple seniors, you know, in that top group, but they got an impressive group of sophomores coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, that's where I think our boundaries are maybe a little bit off. We need a few more of those kids at Bismarck High, Todd. But yeah, I mean, I think those, you know, that's a future program. So it's nice to have those, you know, younger kids contribute. That's how they learn, obviously, playing at this level.
Well, Legacy's going to kill off this penalty, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and we're at even strength. Puck in the Legacy zone. Ooh, that was almost 2 men on the ice as Legacy just about got one in the skates. There comes Caleb Johnson into the zone for Legacy. Low shot, 5-hole, denied, steered away there by Bennett Langang. Marcus Butts as Fleck. You know, that Dalton Fleck, he likes to lay his body into folks, I can tell you that, as Legacy whacking at it. There's Isaac Lewis. I can tell you a story about Isaac Lewis's dad. He was a teammate of mine out at the University of Mary.
Really?
We were college roommates, suite mates, and we didn't figure we'd be running into each other at the rink later in life, I can tell you that much. But Isaac has turned into quite the young athlete, so I'm sure Dave and Deanne are proud of him. Kept in by Marcus Butts. Legacy has to retreat and attack. Here comes Vasey. Loose puck. Barrett corrals. Steered back into the zone by Beasley. Shot in front, deflected. Johnson put it on net. Finally knocked out of there by Mandan. Barrett on the push with Tate Olson. Olson rams Martell into the boards. Barrett out front. Anderson had a couple hacks at it. Now here comes Marcus Butts. Helbling is back. Butts, ooh, a little screenshot there, and it's Bennett Langang again closing the door. Bachmeyer flips it in. Mandan will change. Down to a minute to play. Isaac Lewis carries in for Legacy. Sabres down by 2 here late in the second. Lewis bumped off the puck. Hyder. Johnner, can he catch up to it? Has to settle that puck down, and then, boy, did that...
that almost snuck in.
I was going to say, there looked like there was a lot of disc that was just kind of hanging right on the post.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, they call it the RVH, and that's what they teach now. And if he goes skate to where the blade is on the post, there's a gap there, and that's what it looked like it was instead of pad on the post.
What was that term, RVH?
Yeah, it's not something in my goalie repertoire. I'll tell you that. I don't really like it.
You might have to explain that one to me in the second intermission. RVH. Here's Keelan. And a penalty upcoming. Legacy's going in the box again. Langang was hustling off, but Mandan couldn't keep possession. Legacy touches it up, and the Braves are going to go on their 4th power play of the night. This one will span about half a minute here in the second period, and it'll go into the third. 2 minutes tripping. Legacy back in the box. Johnson fires and drives it down the ice. 20 seconds in the period. Beaver corrals Helbling comes in to help. Gets it to Keelan. Legacy fires it right back in. Johnson's shot is steered wide by Langang. And now you got developing 2, maybe a 3-on-1. Hyder, last second shot. And that one is blocked away by Ryan Langang. And a scoreless second period is in the books. Legacy will have 1:33 of power play starting.
Mandan.
I beg your pardon. Mandan will have 1:33 of power play in the third period. And our premier chiropractic intermission comes up next. End of 2, 3-1 Mandan on your BNC Bank scoreboard. And we're back after this break on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right zoom, spider 2 Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Back in our second intermission, brought to you by Premier Chiropractic, where they're focused on improving the health of the Mandan and surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Scoreless second period. Mandan on top, 3-1 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. In our second intermission, game reset, 3-1 is the score as mentioned. Mandan has outshot Legacy 24-21 here in the contest. And the Braves, as mentioned, will have 1:33 of power play when we come back in the third period. All right, Layne, one quick thing I want to ask you about here, and I'm sure you'll have an opinion. I didn't even put this on a tee for you to give you any advance time to think about this, but as I was getting ready for this game, the one thing that struck me was how many multi-sport athletes we have in today's contest. And now, I'm not going to say that's changed. You see a lot of specialization. I think you see specialization as much as anything in hockey. But now you see on this legacy roster, I see football, I see track. I see a kid like Marcus Butts, all WDA hockey player last year, who's a talented baseball player. You got kids on the Mandan side. Brady Helbling is a WDA champion in tennis. And so I want to get your thoughts on hockey specifically and kids that play multi-sports, whether that's football in the fall, tennis in the fall, football in the fall, and then turn around and play hockey when you're a young 16, 17, 18-year-old kid.
Well, I mean, to me, I think there comes a point in time where you have to sort of pick your forte. But I will say this. Some of the best athletes that I get are state champ. I'll pick out a couple guys, and Jason Fabian was a state champ in track and the quarterback of Roseau and a Division I hockey player. Hunter Shepard was arguably the best goaltender that's ever played for us, and he was all-state shortstop. And I just think that being a multi-sport athlete is so beneficial. And let's face it, I mean, if you're going to pick that sport or move on at a higher level, it consumes you. It's your life. It turns into a job. So I think these athletes that are, in 2 or 3 sports, I mean, they can still have fun, obviously, at this level, but I just think it really well rounds them when they choose what sport they're going to go into. I'm all for it. I think when the level I coach at, the best players that I get are multi-sport athletes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think as much as possible, people should encourage that, because the other thing I think it does is, people, we'd love to see kids get to the pros, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to try to join the workforce. You're going to get a job someplace. And I think multi-sport athletes, they get along with different teammates. You learn to communicate. You learn to interact. You learn to win. You learn to lose. And you do that in a team environment. And what better way to do that by being in multiple sports? And that's where I think we give life lessons to kids. And that's one of the best lessons that a kid can get playing prep sports. And why not play multiple?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the big concern is obviously if it's, say, a football coach, is they don't want them to get hurt in a different sport. But, hey, you can't predict that. And you can't, to me, as a coach, I don't think you can take that opportunity away from a kid. I mean, look at Bismarck High. We don't have Corsmo right now. It's kind of funny, but he's showing up practice now. He's the state champ cross country. And, to me, that's, I mean, I asked him, I'm big into running now and running marathons, and I asked him what his time was, and he says 15:28, and I said, well, I know that's a really good time. He goes, I asked him how good it was, and he goes, well, I'm the Class A state champ. And, so, I mean, I just think that, you're right. Let's face it, there's the real world after this, and that's, it's no different when I have kids that I talk to about picking their schools. If you can go to a Ivy League education, you're setting yourself up for, and you can throw Air Force in there, you can throw Army in there. You're setting yourself up not to play only hockey at the highest level, but the big picture at the end. And that's where I think, on a smaller scale, we're talking about, life lessons that are learned not just specifically in hockey or football or track or baseball, but everything as a whole. You get different coaches, you get different perspectives. I think that's one of the really neat things as a coach is there's stuff that I didn't like from some of my coaches, and there's stuff that I really liked. And I think you take those things, and if you're ever, become a coach, I think it's, to me, it's very beneficial for these young men to have different, hey, let's face it, Bismarck football's got he's been there a long time. He's a different philosophy. Basketball, those coaches, I think you learn so many different lessons that can be very helpful in life.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, the other kid that I wanted to mention was the guy that's given up 1 goal tonight. Bennett Langang, the junior netminder for the Mandan Braves, plays a little soccer in the fall.
Yeah, I disagree with that, especially if he's a soccer goalie. I played goalie as a soccer, and those nets are too big. It's unfair. I mean, I hope he's a forward or I guess I don't know soccer that well, but those nets, I mean, come on. I mean, I'm watching the World Cup and the best players in the world, but, like, how are you supposed to stop that thing? I mean, that net is the size of this rink, it feels like, when you're standing in there.
See, I knew I was going to get a rise out of you with that one. I was like...
Hey, let's face it. Legacy had 3 breakaways at the start of that period. All 3 shots, all 3 saves. So, you know, when you look back at this game, it sits right now at 3-1. Legacy has had some really, really good chances. Now, the first ones came off of the rush in the first period, but 3 breakaways that he has saved. Now, Layne on the other side stopped one for Legacy, but those are 3 saves right now that are the difference in this hockey game.
And one of them comes off a guy that put up 30 points last year, as Marcus Butts is a guy that
he was the guy that after 2 of them, the script was written. I thought he was going to come down, make a move, and get him to open up. And, you know, he's a talented player, and I just feel like that, you know, to me, that's the one situation that I really love. The one-on-one as a goaltender and a shooter, and you got to get that goalie to make a move, and I just don't think they've done a very good job. And I thought after seeing 2 of them that he was going to come down, have a little moxie, try and get him to open up, maybe 5 holes, something like that, to where he could capitalize. But again, credit to you know, Layne in there. He's made 3 really good stops on breakaways.
See, that's a pro move right there, Layne. Not only you're one of the best goalies around, at a nice stint at Bemidji State, and you went from, we're talking multi-sport athletes, and you transitioned it right to the keys of the game.
Hey, I mean, you can reinvent the wheel, but you know, I always get asked, you know, how'd you play? I felt like we should have won that. That's why you play the game, and those are usually the keys that always come back. I mean, it's you know, you had keys up there, and I look at, you know, turnovers and managing the puck, and that, to me, that's the one area where I don't think Legacy has been very good at, especially in their own end. And that's as big as the 3 saves are on the other end, on the breakaways for Mandan. I see that as a real problem area. That, hey, now let's face it, I think that's the one area that, you know, we're 22 games in at the Bobcats, and we're still working on D-zone. I think D-zone it's hard work, it's not fun, nobody likes to do it, but it's so crucial. And I think that's, like I said, it's early, but I think that's the one area that if Legacy can clean up, they don't give up those grade A scoring chances, and they're probably leading this game maybe 1-0.
Take a break as our second period intermission rolls on from the Mandan Starion Ice Complex tonight. BNC Bank scoreboard, second intermission, Mandan on top of this WDA boys hockey matchup. Mandan 3, Legacy 1. More of our premier chiropractic intermission after this short timeout on the PSP Network.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right zoom, Spider 2 Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting set for, they just did it, Layne. You see the clock?
Yeah.
There was 3 minutes on that thing, and all of a sudden it says 17. Oh, my pet peeve.
They did it just to spite you.
Exactly. Hey, after the game, we'll have our Sport Clips player of the game. Sport Clips will keep you looking your best. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. And after the game, we'll have our post game, as always, brought to you by Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Shots Crossroads, your post game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com, and Planning Team Financial Advisors, helping clients work towards financial freedom. Two teams make their way back on the ice. Are you surprised it's 3-1 Mandan heading into the third?
A little bit. I mean, we talked about it a little bit on break. I mean, I think everybody out here would have, if it was the other way around, I think that's probably what everybody would have predicted so far into this one. But again, the first period was a little bit back and forth. I thought Legacy got outplayed a little bit there. They had 3 quality chances on breakaways that they had to score on. And now I think you break this game down into 5-minute increments, and how aggressive. This kill is huge here at the start of the third for Legacy. But then how desperate do you want to get? Do you start sending your D and become more aggressive, because you got to find a way to get one here to make it a 1-goal game?
All right, back in action. Third period is underway from the Starion Sports Complex. Mandan on the power play here for another 1:20. And I got Beasley with some speed and fires right into the chest. And closed up by Bennett Langang. Shorthanded chance there for Beasley. And Drew Beasley, the sophomore, got 9 points already on the season in just 4 games. 3 games and change, that is. Shorthanded chance, loose in front, off the shot from the point by Johnson. Johnson whacks at it again. Beaver gets it off to Keelan. He has to retreat. Still a minute on the power play. Again, we apologize, folks. The scoreboard interface dragging a little bit behind here. We'll get that figured out. Quickest opportunity here is Helbling carries it in for Mandan. Ridden off the puck there. Martell surveys and sends it almost into the Legacy bench. Langang out of the net to play it. Keelan, here comes Hyder. Hyder enters the zone, backhands it in front, shot by Johnner. Pad save there by Langang. Trinity Anderson. Hyder settles it down. Comes in, drags, knocked off the puck. Good stick there by Farland of Legacy. Now we're hemmed in on the near side boards. And Legacy has killed off that 4th power play of the night for the Mandan Braves. And I get a whistle on a held puck. Shots 25-22 in favor of Mandan. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes you just got to ask for it, Layne.
Ask nicely.
Score.
You shall receive.
Score just caught right up. Back to full strength. Gavin Mitzel wins the draw for Legacy. Popped out to center by Souther. Mitzel drives it right back in. Johnson has to get onside. Mandan's Tate Olson collects. Wraps it off the boards out to neutral ice. Strider McMahon pops it right back into the Mandan zone. Johnson Body off the puck. Near side boards. Here comes Olsen. Olsen trying to weave through traffic. Poke checked off his stick. Sam Stanton collects for Legacy. Helbling drives one in from beyond the blue line. Mandan on a change. Johnson up the near side boards. Sets it up. Fires it wide. Butts tracking in the puck. And dug out of there by the Mandan Braves. Beaver, now it's sent down the ice. And that's going to be icing on the Mandan Braves. Once again, we mentioned our schedule a moment ago. Tomorrow night, doubleheader basketball from Mandan. West Fargo Cheyenne will be in town for a girls and boys basketball matchup. Next Tuesday, we got Dickinson and Century from Century High School in boys and girls basketball. Doubleheader again, and next hockey action for us next Thursday night, December 8th. Mandan, these Braves will travel up and take on the Magicians at the Mesa Arena in Minot. You like that place?
The Mesa? It's a beautiful rink. I like winning there.
Home of the Minotauros. Legacy has it on the tape of Drew Beasley. Beasley with some steam. Bumped off his stick. Now a rink-wide pass. Martell gets it. Johnson cranks a shot off the pads of Ryan Langang. Check that, Bennett Langang. Langang's in goal. And now a shot from the point. Johnson is gloved nicely by Bennett Langang again, as Langang has seen 24 shots tonight, and he stopped 23 of them. Seen 23, stopped 22. Unless they're not going to put that one up there. Either that, or they're so fast they put it up before I looked up. Tucker Olsen. Oh, it's out front, and Josiah Will had a hack at it. You know, since that goal in the first period, I tell you what, Bennett Langang's been a stone wall in that goal tonight.
Yeah, he's been solid. I think you're seeing a good push here by Legacy. I mean, that's probably what the doctor ordered. They need to try and get one here probably before the 10-minute mark to really put the pressure on Mandan.
13:09 to play in the contest. Third period action from the Starion Sports Complex. Todd Domres, Layne, Sedevie. As Joel Anderson keeps it in, puts it on net. Rebound, nothing doing. Snared by Bennett Langang.
Mandan's got to start winning some draws here, too. I think that's one thing I've noticed. Legacy's done a really good job. They're getting a lot of possession here. And I think Mandan's, you know, on the flip side, they're not winning many draws, so they're not getting clean zone exits, or they're not getting that forecheck established.
Legacy right on cue. Layne wins another draw. Sent on net by Martell. Goes wide. Out to the blue line. Wrapped back in and into the netting is Martell. And getting a stick on that was Carson Jors for the Mandan Braves. Legacy's going to leave that Josiah Will, Easton Mose, Isaac Lewis line out there. Out front. Steered away by Mandan. Scrum on the near side boards. Now in the slot, Will tried to turn and burn, but he couldn't get anything going towards the net. Now the puck pops up into the Mandan bench. Well, as you said, Layne, the action here in the third period has been predominantly Legacy, and all of a sudden now the shots favor Legacy 26-25. Another draw one. Quick wrister from near the boards there by Sam Stanton. Leathered up again by Langang. Another draw. Strider McMahon this time. Mandan wins the draw. Carter Keelan. Mandan can't clear the zone. Stanton right at the blue line keeps it in. weaving through traffic, steps into the slot, shot high and wide. Matt Heider bodied off the puck, kept alive by Braxton Wetzel. Dalton Fleck on an exit, gets it to Johnner, looking for Heider. Heider flying in. Can't get there in time to evade the icing call. You see Kylan Johnner there for Mandan. I don't think he wanted to come off quite yet. He wrapped his stick down on the ice. Marcus Butts. Draw one there by Tucker Horner. Mandan, however, doesn't have possession. Legacy, Martell ushers one towards the net. Down deep. Vasey's going to get a stick on it. Tried to center it to Beasley. Beasley has it on the boards. Martell wedges it in. Legacy down near the goal. Shot. Oh, and a point-blank save again by Bennett Langang. Denies Vasey at the doorstep. Well, the chances are coming now for the Legacy Sabres.
Yeah, it's more of the same. You can't get frustrated. You got to keep putting pucks on net, keep getting bodies in there, second and third chances.
Josiah Will, Trinity Anderson on the draw. Won by Mandan. Helbling will get it out of the zone as it squirts out to center. Stanton back on his stick. Anderson on the forecheck. Stanton steps away from that. Comes up with some speed down the near side. Tate Olson carries it in for Mandan. Drags, fires it wide. Mandan's Beaver can't keep it in. Helbling fires it right back to Tate Olson. Now on the stick of Bryson. Shoots off of Ryan Langang. Helbling tries to put it on net. Cleared out of there. And popped into the stands. Gage Martell trying to throw it out to center. Put it in the front row here at the Starion Ice Complex. It's a cool venue. You know, I like the mezzanine.
Yeah, the viewing area up there is nice. I think they got 2 party rooms.
Yeah, you got the end zone view there up in the mezzanine. Next time we come here, we'll have a. I didn't have enough cable to get a second camera over there tonight, Layne, but next time we come here, we're going to have a camera up there so we can get the whole rink view.
Nice.
Loose out in front, high slot, Martell, pad save, rebound, Vasey denied. Langang up to the task again.
Three chances.
It's a bunch of chances. Look at the shots now. It's 35-25. Legacy's just they got the full court press on right now. That's a basketball term, Layne.
Yeah.
And they are buzzing in a goal. Legacy sniped one in from about on the goal line. Caleb Johnson puts it home. His first of the season. And now it's a 1-goal game, 3-2.
Yeah, you could kind of feel that one coming. I mean, a lot of good chances for Legacy. And tell you what, of all the saves he's made down there, I think he might want that one back. I mean, he's made some great saves and just kind of a bad angle shot and beat him through the 5-hole.
Strider McMahon gets the assist. Now another chance. Well, Braxton Wetzel has that goal high and wide. Mandan discombobulated in their own end right now. Strider McMahon, by the way, got the assist. Legacy still in the zone. Pad save off the shot from the point by Johnson. You got a penalty coming. Legacy cannot keep it away from Mandan, and now the Sabres are going on the power play. Well, you got to play 51 minutes, right, Layne? And right now...
Yeah, Mandan looks tired.
Yep.
They don't have the feet they had in the first and second.
Two minutes for interference on Mandan's Tucker Olson. Check that, Tucker Horner, I beg your pardon. Mandan whiffs on a clearing chance. Out to the point, Johnson has it. Near side boards, Martell tried to get in the slot, Vasey. Kept in by Johnson. Josiah Will gets it on the stick. Martell back to the point, Johnson. Butts has it taken, or tried to get it to Butts, and it's taken away by Tate Olson. Olson looking for a shorthanded opportunity. Good back check there by Marcus Butts. Butts has it back, carrying it in. Butts weaves, tried to drop it in the slot for Martell. Played with a high stick and sent down there by the Mandan Braves. Legacy will change up, as will the home team, the Braves. Here comes Beasley. Mandan, wrap around, Beasley, it's loose out front, knocked off the stick. Oh, Mandan somehow clears it down the ice as that puck was just hanging there, Layne.
Yeah, it was a good play. I mean, that's danger zone. You got to get it out of there. Good hard play to get it down.
Good forecheck there by Keelan, burning a little bit of time. Now Legacy comes out of there with Strider McMahon. McMahon settles it down into the zone. Back up top to Hager. Now back to Beasley. Beasley steps in, cranks. Glove save. Bennett Langang saw that one and corralled it. 28 seconds on the power play. Mandan hasn't had a shot in a while because that thing has been stuck on 25 over there for a while.
Yeah, it's been, almost 8 minutes here. It's been all Legacy.
28 seconds on the power play. Legacy wins the draw. Souther back now to Hager. Hager wraps it back to Souther. High point to Hager. Back to Souther. Lost the handle. And Helbling just dumps it down. That should just about do it. Down to 10, down to 9, down to 8. Looks like Mandan's going to kill this one off. And they'll still be nursing a 1-goal lead. And the Braves are indeed now at full strength. Easton Mose collects and weaves to center ice. Carries it in. Mose still on the drive. Backside chance for Will. And this one is pinned down there by Bennett Langang. Well, once Uncle Mo switches, it's hard to get it back sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and hopefully they did a good job on the PK. They didn't really give up, a grade A scoring chance, so hopefully they can build some momentum off that kill.
Trinity Anderson. Mandan gets it out of the zone, but too tall on the pass for Tate Olson is going to lead. To an icing call, and we'll bring it right back into the Mandan zone. Hey fans, tonight's game brought to you by Planet Pizza, a 30-inch galactic pizza. It's out of this world. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. You can find them online at rogerwardmovingandstorage.com. Draw comes back into the lap of Bennett Langang. Beasley keeps it in. Sent back in deep by Jamison Johnson. Mandan's Barrett, and now it's a giveaway. Here comes Tate Olson. Low shot, steered away by Ryan Langang. Now Johnson comes back, 2-on-2. Johnson carries in, flips it up. Oh, it got to the goal line, but it didn't go in. It was spinning like a top. The ref was right on it, Layne. I don't know if you saw that,
yeah.
But he immediately said no goal. Obviously, you didn't see a lamp get lit either. Oh, we were just about tied. They didn't get a lot of. They didn't get much on that shot, but it somehow just
squeaked through the arm.
Yeah. Under 6 minutes to play. Mandan stuck in their own end still. Legacy on the push. Well, it pops out, and here comes Hyder. He's got 2 goals already, and he is knocked off the puck nicely there by Stanton.
Too many men. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that was close. Joel Anderson will bring it in for Legacy. Wedged off his stick. Mandan lays some lumber, and they do get it out to center to Hyder. Well, Legacy returns the favor. Big hit there by Easton Mose. Josiah Will back to Mose. Mose, Deeks, lost the puck. Into the corner it goes. Braxton Wetzel tripped up. No call. Josiah Will, backhander goes wide. Joel Anderson pushes it right back in deep. And now Mandan, Ryan Beachel will pop it out. Hyder on the chase as it goes all the way down and eclipses the goal line on the other end. Another icing call with under 5 to play. 4:52 to play exactly. 3-2 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Mandan jumped out on top, 3-0. Legacy scored once late in the first period and now has another tally off the Caleb Johnson tough angle goal here in the third period. I don't know what the delay is here, Layne. What was going on there?
They're going to ask the goal judge here if that puck went across the line or not.
Oh, all right. Well, that'll be interesting. How come the light didn't go on?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah, so the Zebras conferring with the goal judge. Yeah, well, we have a chance to tell you that tonight's game brought to you by the UPS store in Minot, in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. Vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northern-plains.com. And last but not least, Prestwich Orthodontics brings you tonight's game. Visit them online at minotbraces.com. It's almost like a timeout for the Mandan Braves right there.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the big thing too in high school hockey, I think they really need to utilize if they don't have anything to, you can ice it. They can make changes, they can get fresh troops out there. I think that's where they need to make hard plays at this end.
Tough angle attempt there by Isaac Lewis. I beg your pardon, that was Beasley with that tough angle shot. Collected and saved by Langang. Draw to the glove side of Bennett Langang in the Mandan end. Won by Butts. Shot knocked down in front, loose in the slot. Beasley's shot ricocheted wide. Butts wrap around, tried to stuff one in. Vasey has it, and the Sabres are buzzing. Martell right back into the corner. Trinity Anderson keeps it alive for Mandan, but not out. Butts pops it over to the boards, collects it back, tries to center it to Vasey, leaves a short side pass for now Martell. Looks like Legacy's on the power play. Almost tipped once, twice, goes wide. Down to 4 minutes to play. Mandan still can't get it out. Right back in. Butts, pass, shot, Vasey, tough angle, couldn't get any wood on it. Back on the point. Martell shovels it in front. Mandan is going to ice it down and relieve some pressure.
Yep, that's exactly what they need to do. Right now they're struggling. They look like they're stuck in the mud. They're not taking away time and space. Now the okay thing is if you can keep everything to the outside, but as soon as they get to the interior, then we got troubles. But again, I think that's where, if I was a coach, I'd be telling them to ice it every time if we couldn't get it out, because they get a free change. They get a reset here, hopefully win a draw, and can execute a face-off play.
Keelan cannot win a draw. Legacy wins it, but it comes out. Kylan Johnner poke checked off his stick. Easton Mose Gets it to Isaac Lewis. Right back into the zone comes Legacy. Lewis tried to get it back to Mose. He was bumped off. Now back down deep behind the net. Dalton Fleck loses it. Back out to the point. Stanton fires it right back into the corner. Popped out to the line, and Hyder gets it out to center ice. Kylan Johnner was offsides. Got a neutral zone faceoff upcoming. Again, minor after the game, we'll have our planning team financial advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame. We'll name our MVP of the game and give you the move of the game tonight. 3-2, Mandan has a 1-goal lead here late in the third. Caleb Johnson has a third period goal and kept in by Martel. The Mandan faithful with seats on the blue line didn't like that one, but weak shot from distance saved by Langang, who now has 34 saves on the night. Well, these last 3 minutes and 2 seconds are going to be interesting.
Yeah, and when do they pull their goaltender too? That's the other thing.
Beasley throws it right to Carson Jors, who sends it down the ice. Another ice for the Mandan Braves. I'm looking over at Coach Winkle and Coach Chida, and I don't think they have any problem at all with this strategy right now. If you can't get it out of the zone, to your point, Layne,
yep,
you might as well just dump it down the ice.
Yeah, live to fight another day.
Beachel. Puck is popped up into the air off the hands of Helbling. And now dumped into the zone by Carson Jors. Loose out front. That's the first time we've had to mention Ryan Langang's name in about the whole period.
Yep. And now it's going to be interesting here. So 2:35 left. I mean, usually it's around a minute and a half. They do have their timeout, but obviously you don't want to necessarily use that in a defensive zone draw. But
face off in the Legacy zone. Won by the Sabres. Isaac Lewis won the draw. Kept in by Mandan, I beg your pardon. Beaver sent it in deep. Lewis has a stick on it, almost taken away by Keelan. Mose gets it up to Vasey. Vasey back to Lewis. Lewis slams on the brakes. Now Mandan will get it out. Matt Hyder flying up the near boards. Leaves it for Keelan. Jockeyed off his puck by Lewis. Almost a takeaway for Johnner. Backhander off the side. Mandan leads by 1 with 1:50 to play. Here comes Johnson. Looking over at Ryan Langang, who was getting instructions from the bench. They told him to hold up. Weak shot there, steered away by Bennett Langang. Mandan's Johnner out to the point, not out. Deflected shot off the stick of Jamison Johnson, steered to the corner. And it's going to be sent all the way down the ice. An icing call coming, and now I think
here's your timeout and your goalie pull.
You're right on cue here. Well, we don't see either. At least not yet.
Yep. Butts just signaled.
That's just that's clock management right there.
Yep.
You're going to skate all the way over like you're going to take the draw.
Yep.
And just get as much time as humanly possible to get everything that you want organized. As Legacy does indeed burn their timeouts, and they're going to set up the 6-on-5. 3-2, Mandan on top. Mandan, all 3 of their goals came in a high-flying first period. And then a scoreless second period ensued, and now Legacy's, man, they have tilted the ice here in the third period.
Yeah, I think shots are 15-2, if my math is correct, and I'm not a definitely not a math major, but I think they were 22, 25 when we started.
So other than getting guys in the right spots now, if you're Mario Lamoureux, what are you talking about on the 6-on-5?
Well, I mean, it depends on. So if they practice a play, what we do is we'll practice the play with different personnel, and then if the kicker is if you lose the draw, what are you doing? If you win the draw, you try and execute your play. The big thing here is making sure you have numbers, knowing the clock. You have time here, so it's not a rush. But and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll use my power play unit, put an extra guy in front, so you have that somewhat chemistry.
Layne is out of the net. 6-on-5. Mandan gets it out of the zone. Martel back. Into the zone comes Marcus Butts. Down the near boards. Back out to Martel. Slings it across to Johnson. Flipped in front. Blocked away by Layne. Under a minute to play. Martel sends it back in deep. Back behind the nets. Butts has a stick on it. Going to be sent down the ice. And Gavin Mitzel just iced the puck. Relieved pressure. Almost got an empty netter. Now the faceoff will be back in the Mandan zone with 42 seconds to play on your BNC Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, they wanted a timeout, and then the other coach called it off. I think it allows them. to drop another. I wouldn't call it. If you get a change, I would not call that timeout.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was like Winkle and China probably were thinking like one was thinking one way and the other was thinking the other way.
And I think it's the right. Now it could end up in the back of the net, but I think you get your change, you get your personnel out there. It's not like you have a group that's stuck out there for quite some time.
Big draw here, Keelan. I think they got to reset the clock is what happened there. It was down to 42 seconds. They added 2.5 back on there. 44.5 seconds to play. Keelan, Butts on a big draw, won by Butts. Back out to Martel, low shot. Will couldn't get a deflection. Near side scrum. Beasley has a stick on it, behind the net, operating, wraps around, loose in the slot, and...
What a save.
Oh, baby! Bennett Layne again.
Mario's not very happy. I think they must not be stopping the clock. Getting a little home cooking here in Mandan. I don't think Legacy's very happy about it.
Well, he's talking through glass right now, but they can still hear it, I bet. And now I think Mandan is going to, with 29 seconds, take their timeout. All right, what's the strategy there, Layne?
Well, I mean, you give up that grade A. I mean, I think the big thing is they really got to protect the house. I mean, they're getting a little bit, they're pressuring, which, when you're 6-on-5, it's almost like your PK, bobble puck, loose puck, back turn. Those are your pressure points. But you have to protect that interior of the ice. That's not where you want the puck to get to. And I mean, to me, right there, that save it's the difference right now. So, for me, I'd be trying to figure out what face-off play. Like a weak side rim here or something like that where they could get a clean zone exit. I don't care if they ice it because, it's going to run 7-8 seconds off, or if they can set a D-back where he could, go for it. Actually, the numbers say that you're supposed to go for it. I know when I first started coaching, I was like, you have to get the red line. Well, actually, the numbers are better. The AI tells you to actually go for it now. So those are just a couple things.
All right, here we go. Trinity Anderson this time will draw it up with Marcus Butts. Butts wins the draw again. Back to Martel. Loose in front. Steered to the corner by Layne. Popped up in the air. Mandan was looking for it. Legacy in their skates. Fires it out front, and it's out of the zone. Legacy has to burn precious time here to get out of the Mandan zone. Now it's going to be popped down the ice. Oh, that's a bad ice right there.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. If you maybe could have had one more stride if you're Cameron Beaver there, the sophomore, got that thing and then sent it in, the game's probably over. Easier said than done when you're not in that position, however. So one more draw, 5.6 seconds left. Butts, Anderson, Butts shot it at the net. Loose, backside shot, score! And we are tied. .7 seconds remain. 3-3 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. And we're going to overtime as Lucas Vasey gets the tire late. Butts and Beasley get assists. It was kind of a weird ricochet, and Langen got caught a little bit out of position. But sometimes the puck bounces your way in those situations, and boy, it got right on the tape of Vasey, and he didn't make a mistake once it came out from behind the net.
Yeah, but boy, those 2 seconds they put up back on that clock are a big. Hopefully, that's the right call. When it's so hard. Obviously, Mario was pretty upset, but I mean, 0.7. That's the difference.
Well, 0.7, and how about that? With under 10 seconds to play, and it's kind of like it wasn't necessarily under too much duress near the center stripe, and Mandan ices the puck, and you got one more draw, and it potentially could come back to haunt.
That's the one you didn't want.
Yep. Well, hey, we got what we wanted tonight. Kind of had a notion. Legacy picked number 1 in the West by the coaches. Mandan number 4 in the West by the coaches. Kind of had a feeling that this one was coming down to the wire. We're going to pop 8 minutes up on the clock, and we're going to have an overtime session.
Shots are a little lopsided now. That third period was, that's everything you can ask out of your guys as far as legacy. I mean, they had to come out, they had to push, and I think Mandan had 2 or 3 shots on net the whole frame.
Well, and Legacy down by 2 here in the third, and they have tied it up. And we head to OT with all the momentum on the side of the Legacy Sabres. Legacy will bring it in. Martel tries to get in front of Vasey, who just tied it. Pushed to the corner by Keelan. Johnner loses a skate. Back out front. Jamison Johnson loose in the slot. Tipped up ahead. Beasley shoots. Oh, blocker save. Langang still on the side of the net. Walking out. Shooting it. It was Vasey again. And another shot goes wide. Now it's popped out to center. Hyder trying to catch up with it. Good job by Beasley to keep that off the stick of Matt Hayter. You get some rummaging on the near boards here. Beasley gets it to Butts. Butts carries in. Wrister wide. Kylan Johnner up ahead. Beasley banging into Isaac Lewis as the 34s converge. Josiah Will, quick wrister. Smothered up by Bennett Langang. A minute and change into overtime. 42-27 now the Shots. I thought the ice was tilted the other way, and now we changed ends, and it's tilted back the other direction. Another draw, won by Legacy. Trying to get it out front. Loose on the right point. Mandan. Right back into the Mandan end. Helbling up the boards, punched in by Tate Olson. Joel Anderson. Mandan. Carson Jors can't get a stick on it. Kept in by Beaver. This is the first zone time Mandan's had in about 20 minutes of ice time here. Tate Olson looking out front for Jors. Sam Stanton comes out with it. Jors keeps it in. Leaves it for Olson. Olson drags. Shoots. Scores! Tate Olson with the deke and the winner for Mandan. At the 2:08 mark of overtime, Mandan's Tate Olson wins it for the Braves. And that's hockey right there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one chance, one mistake, and they don't get a puck out, and he made a really nice play there.
I mean, Legacy had dominated the last period, and even in overtime they dominated it, and Mandan had hardly zone time at all. They finally kept it in, and Olson made a play.
So here's a question for you. Since you're not a hockey guy, does Mandan get the extra point?
For
the win in OT?
Yes.
They do?
Yep. Yes. Yep. You just that other way it only goes if it goes to the shootout. You get a shootout win, shootout loss.
Okay.
Yep. But you win in overtime, you get the point. Wow, what a finish! Good to have you on the PSP Network tonight. That was fun. Take a short break here. We'll come back with our planning team financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame. A final score, BNC Bank scoreboard in overtime. Mandan protects home ice, and they win it 4-3. Back with our postgame after this timeout on the PSP Network.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Thriller tonight from the Starion Complex in Mandan. Mandan wins it in OT 4-3 over the Legacy Sabres. Mandan improves to 2-0 on the season. Legacy tastes defeat for the first time. They'll fall to 2-1-1 as Mandan gets the extra point tonight with the overtime victory. We're back in our planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads post game. Shots Crossroads get filled up in their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. And planning team financial advisors, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, planning team financial advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com. All right, before they took it off, I didn't see the final shots. I think it was 42-30,
42-27.
42-27, yep. 27, right?
Yep.
27. So Legacy came storming back as Mandan had the advantage on that category most of the night. But the Sabres will come out of this one with the loss. Mandan gets the win. All right, Layne, a couple things for us to take care of here. First off, let's go our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Well, if you're going to pick a time for your first goal of the year and you're Tate Olson, might as well have it be a game winner.
Yeah, I mean, he walks not only one guy off the wall, but then he walks another one out front and finds a way to get it from his backhand to his forehand. And that was the nicest play all night for sure. I mean, there was some other nice goals, but yeah, when it's funny you alluded to it, but you mentioned Mandan hadn't had hardly any zone time until that point, and obviously once you get to OT, it's a game of mistakes, and he capitalized. That's a big goal for them.
Well, and you talk about momentum, and I don't think Mandan got the momentum back, but somehow they got the W, right? Because Legacy had everything going their direction as that game closed out. You just had a feeling that somehow Legacy was going to get back into the hockey game, and they did with 0.7 seconds left, and the next thing you know, it's a Mandan W. It's almost improbable in some respects.
Yeah, and I think I think when you look at this game, it's early in the year. I think there's teaching points on both sides. I mean, Mandan, I felt like they were tired or they sat back, and that's not what you want to do with the lead. And I think as far as Mario and their group, I mean, it's a great teaching point. First period cost them the game.
Yep.
And that's, you want to beat good teams at any level. You have to try and get and everybody says, okay, well, I tell my guys 60 minutes. You're not going to get 60 minutes. And you're 51 here. If you can get 45, you're going to win a lot of hockey games. And I think that's the big teaching point for both sides, is just getting closer to that 51-minute mark.
All right, another thing we got to do in our post game here is bring you our player of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips, bring you the MVP of the contest tonight. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP quite like that MVP experience at Sport Clips tonight. Sport Clips MVP is
Bennett Layne.
He stood on his head
39 for 42.
He stood on his head for a lot of that.
I know you
want
to give it to the goal scorer Heider for 2, but I mean we gotta be a little bit biased here. I mean,
39 for 42 is that's a good night. Gave up one late, but hey, I tell you what, there was a lot of saves that he made in that third period because every time you looked up, there was 3 or 4 or 5 more legacy shots being put up there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, like from looking at the body of work tonight for him, I almost think he probably wants the second and third one back. I mean, the second one's a kind of a tough angle. The third one, he over pursues it, kind of takes him out of the play. But that's also goaltending and having that. I mean, I think it's almost 90% between the years. And when you make those big saves, there's nothing better but being ready at all times. And if you do give up a bad goal, to reset and lead his team to a win. And that's what he did here tonight, because even in start overtime, I mean, there was pressure, there was a couple saves in front, and I thought he did a fantastic job tonight.
Yep, there's your MVP of the contest tonight, Bennett Layne. A close second there to Matt Heider, as Layne said. He had 2 goals in the first period. I mean, yeah, come on. I mean, that's a good night.
It's a great night. I mean, the only thing you're wishing for is maybe an apple in a fight, but you're probably not going to get that for the old Gordie Howe. But
yeah, there you go.
It's a really good night.
All right, Bennett Layne, your MVP, and your move of the game winner by Tate Olson. All right, that'll put a wrap on our broadcast tonight. Hey, reminder, we're back on the air tomorrow night. Cheyenne at Mandan, girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Next Tuesday, Dickinson at Century. Again, girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Next hockey action, and next... next hockey action. I was trying to get that schedule straight here, as Mandan will be at Minot next. Mandan will be at Minot next Thursday night in a boys hockey matchup. Hey, big thanks to all of our sponsors, including our in-game sponsors. BNC National Bank brings you our scoreboard. Our pregame brought to you by Shields. Timeout sponsor is... we didn't even give that tonight. We actually had 2 timeouts. That's the first time I've had to do that in hockey.
So wrapped up in the game, it's late in the game there.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, sorry, Hub. We'll get you back. Hub International brings you our timeouts. Yes. What the heck? That's not even right. The intermissions are brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. Postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads, Player of the Game, Sport Clips, and the Move of the Game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Great job by Trevor tonight running the camera for us. For my partner, Layne Sedevie tonight, Todd Domres repeating your final score. Mandan wins it in OT 4-3 over the Legacy Sabres, and that'll put a wrap on it tonight from the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan. Thanks for joining us, fans, and until next time, so long from the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces. Hoorah! We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week-old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both a past with down-home customer service in-house and a future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.